Okay. Back to the rest of you.
Very quickly, would I know who the other two of the Knight's Gift are? Their code names, as it were.
Sorry?
Would I know So you said there's 4 generals of the Knight's Gift.
He said that there were generals operating at the city. He said that he implied that there are multiple, and all you know is that he is the Crow, and the one you've been working with is the White Rook. But you don't know how many others there are and what their names are.
Okay.
Okay, back to the sewer friends.
Sewer friend.
I think we've gone the wrong way.
Okay, so what are you doing?
I think we are going to keep searching.
What, under the sewers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does everyone agree?
Yeah.
Yep.
We haven't found him yet, so.
Well, I have got a funny feeling that Gigantor is okay.
Yeah, we can search all the sewers then head back. If not.
12.
You search for another hour down multiple passages branching from main sewers into smaller side channels into another vast sewers and large sort of meeting places and pools of rank fetid water where multiple channels meet. But apart from getting absolutely filthy and caked in excrement, you find nothing.
Well,
How about, instead of walking through all this shit, we head back to their camp?
It's probably about so it was about midday when you headed back. When you started, you had an hour rest. Probably take you a couple of hours to walk through the sewers, and then you just searched another hour. So it's about 4 p.m. now.
okay. Search for another hour, or go back?
We've got to carry on searching.
One more. 19.
You carry on searching, and you do find actually a few more scraps of leather, some nails that seem to have come off a chest that was dragged through across hard stone, and some now cold embers of cigarette ashes and pipe weed and things like that. But that trail quickly goes cold again. So you got a bit closer. So you can trace this back to a manhole that you passed 2 minutes ago, and so you know you've moved closer to where they were heading, but you've lost it again.
What do you reckon, guys? Okay.
Well,
I mean, that was a 19. I don't think they meant to find him.
Let's
Wade,
go and have a beer.
Have you got a problem with Gigantor, Wade? You've been wanting to go before we even set foot back in.
yeah, you just wanted to have a fucking lie down.
He's a known criminal. No, I do want to save him.
But not that much.
This trail's gone cold and I'm covered in excrement.
Yeah, but what's that? That's not any different to normal. Okay.
Stop talking shit. You're covered in enough of it as it is.
I fling shit at Wade.
Improvised weapon.
Okay. Do we want to keep searching one more and then just give it a rest, or do you reckon? Okay, let's
Yeah.
go up the manhole.
Okay. You emerge here. I'm not clicking on the right thing. Here, just the other side of the Port Authority, close to the bridge over the river. In front of you is a rough and ready looking pub with a wooden sign hanging from it depicting a squid-like octopus-type creature called the Kraken. And in front of that pub, laying in a pool of filthy water, is the heaped body of a large Goliath man.
Well, there's nothing around here. Let's go straight to There he is. I told you we should have come up earlier.
So we'll go over to the large Goliath man.
Yeah, it is Morglath, face down in the dirt. He is breathing barely. He's been beaten to shit.
Should we give him a healing potion? Or just drag him into the Kraken for a long
He doesn't need a healing potion, he needs a nice shot of whiskey. Let's get him in the Kraken.
He's unconscious, so you're either going to have to do a strength check to pick him up, or else heal him a bit.
Let's try and drag him.
Okay. Let's do this. Oh,
that was a save.
That's a straight strength save.
that's it. He's done it.
No. That was just a...
Oh, do it with advantage. I'll take the first one.
No, it's a strength check, not a strength save.
How do you do that?
Oh, you just click on strength. Oh, oh go on, Wade.
Yeah, Wade shoulders him, and
Feeling more strong after my level up.
you manage to just about. He's absolutely massive. He's basically, even though you're quite a tall guy, when you've got him bunched over your shoulder, his legs are basically dragging across the floor, and his head is basically touching the floor. Because he's like doubled over your shoulder. You head into the Kraken, and hold on. Where's the in music? They've changed, because I've added it as their CD. All the names are different. That's the one. So there's it's a bustling pub full of like salty bearded sailors, dwarves, a few hobgoblins. Everyone in there looks like they're ready to brawl. The place is filthy. The floors are sticky with like mead. And as the door opens and you walk in, the music and everyone talking suddenly stops. And they turn around and look at you. And then go back to their drinks.
I think Gigantor here needs a long rest. No, a short rest.
I think the sight of you coming in with a beaten to shit 8-foot bloke over your shoulder probably made them feel you feel like you're right at home here. Oi, what you lads be having?
Blood currant wine, please.
We've got beer.
Have you got
We need
tepid
something
water?
strong enough to wake up our friend.
No
We've got
wine.
whiskey.
Whiskey.
2 shots of whiskey then, for me. What are you guys having?
It's not good stuff. 5 silver a shot. Oh, sorry, 5 copper a shot.
Oh,
I'll have the beer.
I'm gonna have a.
The beer is 2 copper pieces.
I'm gonna have a whiskey.
5 copper.
Done.
They don't appear to have whiskey glasses or basically any glasses. All they've got is like pewter mugs, beer mugs. So he just pours like whiskey like over the cups very like haphazardly. It's probably quite more than standard measure. And the beer's filled up and overflowing with froth. Bring up my hearties.
This is a real dive.
right. Can I try and feed Morglath some whiskey?
Yeah. Make a medicine check.
Okay.
It's not
Ooh.
hard, DC. Yeah. You basically pinch his nose so his mouth opens, and you just start pouring it down his throat, and before long he's like, and springs back to life.
What's that sweet,
One hit
sweet nectar that's touched the back of my throat? That's lovely.
Ooh, there's no better medicine than a lovely glass of whiskey.
Ooh, it tastes like fine whiskey as well, the finest I've ever had.
Your taste buds might not be working so well.
They are full of blood.
Why do we have the same voice?
I don't know.
It was very kind of you to take all those knife wounds for us back there. Thank you.
All
John.
of the wounds.
If only we had a healer in the group, that would have been the best.
I was commanding an ogre to flee.
To be fair to Wade, if that had worked, you probably would have been okay. It was very, very unlucky that it didn't work. It was actually an inspired choice. It's just really unlucky.
To Morglath,
listen, too
all I saw
stupid,
was
Joe.
Wade shouting "flee" and nothing happened.
What I really liked about the tactics there was that you, instead of like you had loads of corners to dart behind and wait for them to come to you, but you full on charged up the stairs into their den.
Too right.
Didn't even get an inspirational point for it as well. Role playing at its finest.
Yeah. Yeah, I've forgotten about inspiration points when Creamy never spent hers. I can bring them back if you want.
Nah.
Anyway, so yeah, you're in this dive pub.
Yeah, I'm quite unwell here, guys.
There's a distinctive smell around you. I mean, this bar smells bad, but you are the epitome of. You're the epicenter of the bad smell in the bar.
Why do you guys smell like shit?
We searched through the sewers for you for about 6 days.
Oh,
Where
I'm
were you?
touched. I don't know. I'd been knocked out and woken up in a room with no features of any note.
They just let you leave after dragging you to this weird room?
Not quite. I'm gonna be frank with you guys. I've started to see you as family. You know I owed that 1,000 gold pieces.
Did we know that?
I definitely told some of you, if not all of you.
Oh yeah, I think you did.
Yeah,
Yes, we
well,
would pay that.
so that's to my I owed that to my boss for because that's basically what Peaches owed our organisation. But it turns out that there's another one of my bosses, you could say, equal level, who wants to do away with my boss as such.
It's about this point that you notice that your previously light coin purse is now much, much heavier.
Ooh, what's this?
There are 100 platinum pieces in there.
Right, is that 100 gold pieces? No, wait, 100 platinum pieces?
Yeah,
So is that 1,000 gold then?
1,000 gold
effectively?
pieces, yeah.
Yeah, so I had to bargain for my life. I basically just need to give this to my boss and kill him. No biggie.
Your boss is a criminal mastermind, isn't he?
Yeah, so it'd be in your interest, actually, Wade, to assist me in this. You are chaotic good, after all.
It sounds, I think I'm lawful good.
Yeah, sorry, lawful good, yeah.
Strong arm of the law. We'll see to it. Yes, excellent idea. We must just kill your boss.
I don't think that's the law.
It's either that or he's going to kill us.
I've been tasked with destroying the organized crime in the city. So if you can find a way in and solve, I don't know, disrupt the hierarchy, then that could be in our interest.
Indeed, but there is another thing.
Alignment slip. Carry on.
No, well, it'd be undercover, wouldn't it?
There is another thing, though. Without this balance of hierarchy, this other one, who's known as, what's he known as?
Crow.
Not White Rogue. Oh yeah, Crow, known as the Crow. If he takes out all the other people of his level, he could become the ultimate leader. It could become a dictatorship, which would not be in the city's best interest, I would suggest. However, we cannot I cannot break this vow. I've made some sort of spell thing. That means I have to fulfill it.
I think we need to take both your bosses down a peg by putting them in prison.
What's the this unbreakable vow thing? What's it called?
You don't know. All you know is he's taken a hair from your head.
Oh, okay, so I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
He took one of my hairs. Said this will. I can't tell you which hair.
Oh, didn't.
He said this will ensure my loyalty. Does anyone know what this could be or could mean?
Make an Arcana check. I don't expect anyone to get this.
12.
I imagine that he's a barber.
No. Creamy, you do know that things like bits of hair and body parts like that are used in divination magic.
What's divination?
Probably divination. But I don't know anything else.
What's divination?
I literally don't know.
You know that divination is that's the spell divination. So diviners strive to part the veils of space and time, consciousness, and so that you can see clearly. You can discern things, view things from afar, have knowledge, supernatural knowledge of things, and have foresight. It's the school of divination.
Yeah, no idea. No idea what it is.
Oh, does anyone know who might know what this means?
Something about foresight and working things out.
So what, he's gonna possess you or something? At some point.
Don't know.
Who knows?
Not if I fulfill my quest to kill my boss. Which you've so willingly agreed to assist with.
I'm having second thoughts after my
No, you can't go back on your word.
alignments.
You are lawful
I think
good, you can't go back on your word.
we must go through the proper protocols. If I get to him first, he's under arrest. Unless he attacks first. Then we can kill him.
Okay.
Law is red in tooth and claw.
Can I have a long rest now, please? I feel quite weary.
No, we only have another 1,000 questions to ask.
Tomorrow's the big day as well.
Please take these arrows out of my spine and face.
Yeah, you do notice that there are some shafts still in you.
Oh!
Oh. I knew you wished.
Well, I know what I'm going to be using.
Juvenile.
We each help Gigantor remove a shaft.
Please replenish the shaft.
I punched the shaft through him.
Just realised I had this investigator feat that would have helped find the place.
I use my fast hands on the shaft.
No. What time would it be after a long rest?
12? 1 in the morning? So it's like
Yeah, but
4 or 5.
You could have a long rest and just wake up in the morning.
Okay.
Well, after that eventful day, let's go to sleep, and I need a shower.
Do you want a room? We have a room.
Hospital, please.
Is there a shower?
There's a river out back.
Ugh.
Oh.
River.
There's the sea. Got a load of sailors pissing it though.
Winner.
It's
Can we go to the salty dog?
It's 2 copper each for a room.
Oh. It's a bit expensive.
Yeah, actually.
Okay. Done.
Okay, he leads you upstairs, and you find that he is true to his word. They do have a room.
Oh.
There's just a large, sort of empty, barren, and moth-eaten room upstairs with various drunks passed out. Some people in the corner engaged in acts of prostitution, and puddles of sick on the floor. Hundreds of empty bottles piled up in every corner. It reeks of piss.
Well, this is lovely.
Shall we go back to the breakfast club?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because then
No
we'll be
refunds.
close to where Tom could. Where is it? Where's he got to go to?
It's the palace. Castillo Verano.
Where's that?
Oh, up there. Very nice.
Oh yeah.
Where is
Well,
it?
we could head all the way round to the Salty Dog.
I'm quite hurt.
Oh yeah.
Can we
Okay.
please just go for a rest somewhere?
Let's just rest here.
Yes.
I will sleep in piss, I do not care.
Does Wade need to protection versus evil?
I don't have any spell slots left. Do we have a scroll? Someone has a scroll.
I thought we got rid of that.
You have a scroll.
Ah. Just one use scroll.
So it only lasts for a certain amount of time.
Oh yeah, you just do it when it happens.
Yeah.
So anyone can read the scroll. It's written in common.
Cool.
Yeah, let's rest.
So has someone got to stay awake, or do we have to take shifts to check in?
No, I'm just going to sleep.
Not you.
I can stay watch.
You've got enough time. You can do shifts.
I'll just sit and watch you all sleep creepily.
Okay, so you have a interesting night's sleep. Thankfully uneventful and not haunted by any nightmares. But you do wake up.
What was so interesting about it?
Hmm?
What was so interesting about it?
Well, I mean, there's the groans and moans all through the night of people engaging in carnal pleasures and also heaving their guts out.
As
Sounds delightful.
did Tavron's dagger ever return?
Oh yeah, it's back.
Alright.
It would have gone off at some point last night. Yesterday.
No, I don't think it would have done.
I think for one of the entire of those hours when you were underground, it was just screaming. I always forget about the dagger. Right, this time I'm going to make a note. Today it's going to ring at...
No.
How do you do it to GM? How to whisper.
Why is there a fucking clock ticking really loud?
The whole
How fast do you think clocks go? But yeah, it was annoying.
Okay, I've got it. Okay, so what are you doing? Yeah, so you wake up and your face is like stuck to the floorboards. This sticky, who knows what kind of substance that your face is sitting in.
Nice.
Can I find a shower? A bathtub.
There's none in this place.
Where's the Kraken? I've lost it on that.
It's down right at the bottom.
This map's too elaborate and big. Oh yeah. And the place I need to go to is
Castillo Verano.
Right up the top. Near
You've woken up in the morning. You probably had an unpleasant night's sleep, so you're up bright and early for 6.
What time's Tom got to get?
It's
well, he's got to get.
1 a.m. Oh, 1 p.m. Sorry.
Oh. Plenty of time.
yeah. Okay. Well, I head to the place via another tavern where I clean myself. Oh, and Creamy comes along too, and she cleans herself.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Is anyone doing anything in the morning? You have some spices to sell, I think.
Flurry of blows.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes, sell out spices, definitely.
Sell the spice.
Where's the Spice Street?
The Imperial Spice Market's here.
I want to buy some splint mail.
Should we go to the Imperial Spice Market?
Yeah,
Do some selling.
I got loads of spices.
Spice boy.
Mm.
Okay. So you weave your way through Zabira, past the Plaza de Bestia, which is still closed. You see you see as you're walking along this road, you see some people heading up the side street towards the west, trailing some in some carts with cages with various looking interesting creatures inside them. There's a lion, a bear, and what looks like a It's the most curious creature. It seems to be asleep mainly, but it's poking one eye out, and its eyes are jet black. It's the size of a bear, maybe bigger, but it's covered in feathers rather than fur, and its face is more like a bird's than a bear's, with a hooked beak and huge black saucer-like eyes.
Is it a harpy?
No, it's much bigger and much heavier set than a harpy.
Does it have wings?
No, it's got a bear's body.
Oh.
Weird.
What is
But yeah,
that?
they're taking these to the west.
I'll do a nature check. See if I know what it is.
Yeah. You do not know.
Oh, I do. I've seen one in Tazumi.
Yeah, you've seen them before. They're owl bears.
Owl
bear.
bears.
Not the
Who's
Fifth
that?
Musketeer.
Who's Al?
Well, that is him, the bear.
Yes. Owl bears, as in bear owls.
Oh, very creative
Meaning
name.
that there's lots of owls. There's bear owls.
Featherless owls.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a bear owl.
Owl bear.
Bear owl. Called
I've
out
got
bear.
the 21 nature check. I know what it is.
Yeah, they're a sort of monstrosity. Very vicious, very dangerous.
They're a sort of monstrosity. Very
I can
vicious,
see
very
that.
dangerous. I tell the group. I go up and punch it.
Okay, I'm going to assume that you don't do that. Otherwise, roll initiative.
I'll leave it alone.
I
For
didn't
now.
mean to do that.
For now.
Yeah, the caravans carry on to the west, and you depart. Head up through the streets towards the grand building with a resplendent golden dome that marks the Imperial Spice Market, sort of designed in an Eastern style. And for at least Kurag, does not remind you of home, but certainly reminds you of your travels to get here.
I know what someone's getting for Secret Santa.
It's amazing. Okay, should we go to the spice market then?
I want that.
I don't know what the zipper's for. Is it like a pencil case or something?
Yeah, I think you keep your stuff in it.
Gamer pouch. Owl bear. Owl the bear.
Bear owl.
So yeah,
Seen the link.
It's like a glory hole.
Zippered
Yeah,
in a
that's it.
compartment to hold valuables. There you go.
so you head into the spice market, and inside it's absolutely bustling with merchants yelling prices, people bartering. It's just swarming with commerce, and it's a delicious mix of smells in here compared to your last, the last place you spent any time. This is just heaven in here. There's paprika, cinnamon. There's just this cacophony of sounds and barrage of smells that are just entrancing and enticing.
Let's sell some stuff.
Let's sell our spice.
Who's got it?
think we've probably
Not me.
got like, quite a bit between us, haven't we? I've picked up 7 on our travels.
We've got £6 of exotic trade spice in our eel cave treasure.
Trevor.
Trevor. So, how much can we
Alright.
get for that?
So you're going up to a merchant.
Yeah.
Oh, what have you got? What are you buying? What are you selling? I have cinnamon, I have paprika, I have cardamoms from Susa, I have...
Just you hush your
Everything you
mouth.
Where are you from?
I'm from Susa.
Okay.
From the Sultanate. Yes, we have much spice.
What?
You must come, you must come. Come to Susa.
I'm going to give him £6 of exotic trade spice.
Oh, this is good shit. This is good shit. Yes, yes, I can sell this. Yes. You're looking to sell. You're looking to sell.
Yes.
Is this character Watto from episode?
I was just googling that.
I knew I'd get him from somewhere.
Honey. Oh.
I'd literally just got this photo.
I'm a Taldarian. My interest don't work on me.
So,
Yes.
Watto, what can we get for the pounds of spice?
I need to give him a name that's not going to paint me as a racist.
Watto.
just Watto.
What a...
Fine.
Watto. Oh, you come to Watto. He give you a good price. New favourite character.
No.
I give
Do
you,
some pod car racing.
I give you 90 gold pieces for this trade. This
90?
trade spice. 90. Good deal, good deal. You'll find no better deal. Don't talk to any of those shitbags.
4 at the
I wave my hand in front of him and say, you can give us a better deal. Oh.
I give you 90. Now. 80 later.
We'll take the 90, thank you. Okay.
Good deal, good deal.
I also have some trade spices to sell you, Watto.
Oh boy, that is good shit.
Yeah, I've got 7.
£7.
£7 of trade spices.
So that will be
105?
probably. Yeah. I give you 100 gold pieces.
Oi,
Oh,
where's the
now,
five?
Watto. If you expect us to come back to your stall first, next time, you'll do a lot better than that.
Alright, 110.
Yeah, that'll do.
But only 'cause it's good shit.
This is my second favourite character after Jub Jub.
What about John Jonicus?
No, he definitely was near the bottom.
He was incredibly annoying.
Okay, you'll come back to Watto with your mud trade spice. I will buy. Always you come see what we do you good deal.
I just remembered the fight of Jub Jub. Absolutely destroyed. Trying to protect us all. There needs to be another Jub Jub.
Is that the
Okay.
last spice we sold?
I think that's it then, isn't it?
Yeah. I think so.
Do we have
You
any
take-
magical items to sell?
Not really, no.
Alright.
So you leave the Imperial Spice Market, make your way past the Basilica, down Judas Street, past Christoval's Crystals, where you popped it earlier, up past Chapel of Lathander, and towards the Papal Palace. So, what do you do as you approach the main gates? Not sorry, the Papal Palace. You're not going to the Papal Palace.
Are there any shops around
Castillo
that
Verano.
might be interested in a dagger?
Make a perception check.
I'm going to be on wanted posters.
What perception?
Mm-hmm.
20.
Yeah, there is a little antique shop tucked away in the corner.
Might just pop in there.
It looks like it doesn't really do weapons. It looks like it does like furniture mainly, but there are some like smaller objects, mainly like scientific instruments, tools, and things.
Might just pop in there on the way.
Oh, hello, dearie. What can I do for you?
I have a special dagger that I no longer need and was trying to sell it. I've had a few offers, but thought I might pop in here to see if it might be of interest.
You're a dark one, aren't you? Where are you from?
That's very racist of you, but I'm from Cassia.
From Cassia? I don't see many of them in here. Is that down the road?
Not too far, but a bit too far to head back there anytime soon.
Well, let's have a look at this dagger then. I don't usually sell weapons. Can't abide fighting. I can't. But I'll have a look at it. Oh, it's quite nice, isn't it? Oh, I like it. I'll do a good deal for it.
It's actually a dagger of stealth. It grants advantage on stealth checks.
Oh, dagger of elf.
No, stealth.
You're an elf, aren't you? I can tell by your ears.
I'm 8 foot tall.
I'll give you 20 gold pieces for it.
What about 50?
How much did you get before?
400.
Oh, I think we should look elsewhere.
Is that your persuasion?
50, milady? I will, of course,
go on
recommend
then,
you
give
to my friend.
50 gold pieces. You drive a hard bargain. But I will ask for one thing, young man.
And what's that?
A nice kiss on the cheek for old Nan.
Okay then. Peter.
Oh, you make me feel 20 years younger again. Pleasure doing business with you. Come back any time.
20
The
years.
pleasure was all mine.
I want to hear it scream.
No, don't put ideas in its head.
She wouldn't be able to hear it anyway, so it'd be fine.
We're 50 gold pieces better off. I'll walk out and rejoin the rest of the group.
Okay. So as you approach the main gates of Castillo Verano, there are paladins of the bronze here guarding the front gates. The Crown's Guard. What do you do?
Well,
You can hear sort of trumpet music behind, some sort of orchestra playing behind the white stone walls.
I think this is where you leave us.
You haven't. Did you get changed into your finery this morning?
Yeah. Definitely. Or I do it right now. Either of those things.
You nip behind down a street and quickly take off your armor. Who are you giving your packs to?
Can they just not be in my inventory?
Well, I mean, it doesn't quite. I mean, yeah, you can stay. They can stay in your inventory, but for the purposes of the story, who are you giving all your armor and stuff to?
Gigantor is quite strong.
I throw it immediately into the sewer.
Okay. So Gigantor, you're carrying an extra, God knows how much now. How much are they carrying?
55 pounds.
55 pounds. Ooh, I'm not quite over encumbered. Yeah, I'll carry it for your blood current, you slag.
So just
Have
put an
a
item
good
on
time.
there that's called Blood Currents Pack that's £55.
Yeah, I've
That's
done
the
it.
easiest way to.
Have a good time.
Okay, so you head in. The front doorman, another Order of the Bronze Paladin at the gate. Yes, name please.
Wade to blood current.
And is this your +1?
Yes. Creamy dough cock.
Sorry, what?
That's what it says. You're on the character sheet.
creepy.
Didn't even know her own name.
Very good, Mr. Bloodcurrent. If you would like to follow me, he takes you down a long path, hedge-lined, towards this vast, spectacular building. So as you approach, you see this white stone walls with lots of arches, gold-trimmed roof with black slates, long panelled windows. There seems to be like a ornate figure artistically covering their nether regions on each bit of exposed wall. And as you approach the main courtyard, this building seems to engulf you with its vastness. Madame, if you carry on into the main hall, carry on straight down and take the first left into the auditorium. You will be guided to your seat. Mr. Bloodcurrant, this way, please. He takes you through a side door into a spectacular corridor with beautiful golden roofs, arches of marble, and like fresco paintings lining the top of the roof, and paintings and tapestries hanging from the sides of the arches. Down a few of these corridors and into a similarly spectacular marble suited room where there are a number of other gentlemen in there. There is the person you notice straight off is one of the Knights of the Order of the Bronze, but this is a higher ranking paladin. You can tell by the cut of his cloak and the Holy Order stars adorning his breastplate. He looks imperious with a well-kept white-trimmed beard and tied-back hair. He walks over to you. You must be Wade de Bloodcurrant. Pleasure. My name is Alistair de Mondragon.
Alistair, very pleased to meet you.
I'm the head knight here of the Order of the Bronze and head of the Crown's Guard.
That is the guard I will be choosing to take.
We'll be very pleased to welcome you. Your record stands up for itself. Exceptional work. We've been watching you for some time, and we think you'll do great things with the Order. Very pleased to welcome you. Let me introduce you to the others that will be knighted today. He walks you over to a middle-aged gentleman with a trimmed mustache and sort of curly hair, who's in quite fine clothes again, although everyone in here is. This is Pascal de Bermeaux. He has run a merchant's operation here in Azeron for over 20 years, but has also donated considerably to charity. An outstanding member of our community. Pascal, this is Wade de Bloodcurrant, who's been serving as the City Guard, Knight of the City Guard, for near 20 years. Good to meet you. Yes, very well. Very nice.
Haven't we done well?
Wade, this is Leon Estevez. Oh, it's a pleasure. A younger man, maybe 25, 24. Leon has done great work healing the sick right here in Velez. A confident younger man with long silver hair tied back in actually hung loose with a gold necklace, very ornate and obviously quite expensive, walks up to you. You must be Wade de Bloodcurrant. I've heard a lot about you. Sebastian de Silva, pleasure.
Nice to meet you, De Silva. Are you getting knighted today?
Yes. I hope to carry out my family's tradition of serving the crown abroad.
Where are you headed?
Well, my family used to work in Suda and Zapotec, but that was before the colony fought its independence. But we still have footholds in the colonies in Navarra, and further south. So perhaps to one of those, I can make a mark for myself.
Sounds very good.
And Alastair leads you to the last, who's a incredibly broad and stoic-looking female. This is Hieronyma Alcaraz. She bravely fought off a group of bandits, 20 or so, and helped a stagecoach robbery from being prevented. Helped to prevent a stagecoach robbery.
From being prevented.
It's late. I'm trying to wrap up.
Wow, you must be pretty strong.
You're all bad yourself.
Now kiss.
I was beaten by about 4 bandits, and that was a team of 5.
My bandits didn't look particularly well organised, but well, there were a lot of them.
Over the crowd, yes.
Could I have your attention, please? Alastair says. In a moment, you will be brought through to the auditorium, where you will be addressed by our queen. She will say a few words praising your accomplishments and your commitments to come. You will then kneel before the queen, and she will place the sword upon you, upon which you will swear the oath that you have decided to upkeep. And you will arise a Knight of the Order of the Bronze. Is everyone clear with that? Some nods around the room. Okay. Well, good luck, all of you, and I can't wait to work with you. Shall we move forward? This way. He leads you through another, smaller this time, beautifully adorned golden hall, and into a large chamber with a large echoing chamber where you can see seated maybe 100 or so people. Wade, you managed to catch the eye of Creamy as you're who's sitting in the aisles just as you walk down, and Alastair guides you to some seats at the front row. Sitting on a golden throne at the far end of the auditorium is Queen. There's a golden throne that is empty at the far end of the room, and next to it is a thin man dressed all in black with a white collar. He seems to be waiting for everyone to be seated, and after a while, and some coughing and spluttering, and as the room sort of dulls to a quiet hum, he coughs. May I have your attention, please? Presenting Queen Eleanor III of Zerona, Empress of Abydos, Queen of Ruwadi, Protector of the Sultanates of Sudad, Empress of Toltec, Navarino, and Corcovado, Order of the Bronze, First Class, and Protector of the Faith. And through the doors at the end of the auditorium walks, and guided by a Knight of the Bronze, a stern-looking old woman, the Queen Eleanor of the Azeronian Empire, dressed all in black, with a black cloak with white leopard print ruff around the edge, a huge gold chain, which contrasts somewhat with a rather thin and delicate tiara, and she's holding a gold scepter. And sheathed to her, pinned on her, is a huge cross of the Order of the Bronze, the cross, and and gauntlet of Torm, sorry. And she's also wielding a small ceremonial sword, a long sword. She delicately walks to the front podium where there's a speech that's been prepared for her. And everyone in the room bows deeply. As a token of our immense gratitude, we invite you to be inducted into the noble Order of the Bronze today. Becoming a Knight of the Bronze is no trivial commitment. The Order demands your life's devotion to follow and uphold the oath that you speak today. There will be times in your life when this oath you swear will be tested, when you will be pulled in every direction, where doubt or fear will beset you and you feel lost. Being a Knight of the Bronze will not make you immune to these worries and fears, for we are all mortal. But I pray that the oath you swear today will forever guide and comfort you through all of life's challenges. May you remain strong. May your devotion remain fierce. May your heart stay true. May you have courage in the face of terror. And may you show Torm's love in all that you do. Step forward and kneel, Pascal de Bémeo. The gentleman steps forward and kneels. State clearly the oath that will bind you to the bronze. I promise to uphold the Order of the Bronze's ideals and protect those that are vulnerable. I promise to keep those that cannot defend themselves safe. I dub thee Sir Pascal de Bémeo. She places the ceremonial sword on his shoulder. He takes a deep bow and goes and sits in his seat. Step forward, Leon Estevez. And a nervous young gentleman steps forward. He swears an oath to help the poor and needy and sick, and is knighted and sits down. Sebastian de Silva is next and swears an oath to uphold the ideals of the Empire and to maintain civilization and law across all corners of the Empire. He's knighted and bows and sits down. Hieronyma steps forward and swears an oath of protection to protect those that cannot defend themselves and to uphold law and order within the city of Azeron. And she is knighted, bows deeply, and sits down. Step forward, Wade de Bloodcurrent.
Step forward.
State clearly the oath that will bind you to the bronze.
I pledge to eliminate all crime from Azeron and obliterate evil.
A little smile creeps across her face. She's obviously tried to keep stoic throughout this, but she can't help but a little Very good. She draws the ceremonial sword. I dub you, Sir Wade. Boom! And the doors at the back of the room fly open. And in marches 50 armed knights, soldiers. These are not Order of the Bronze Soldiers, but at their helm is an Order of the Bronze Soldier. It is, of course, Sir Brian Orion. The Queen's face goes gaunt. Sir Brian, what is the meaning of this? Interrupting the sacred knighthood of the Order. 1,000 apologies, Your Highness, but this could not wait. I have some shocking news. Well, out with it, Sir Brian, quickly. Wade de Bloodcurrent. You are under arrest for the murder of Jade de Bloodcurrent.
What?
That's where we'll leave tonight.
What?
I'll say what?
What have you done?
What? But am I knighted?
No, it never touched your shoulders.
Unlucky.
All that build up.
I don't want to sit through another one of those. Like graduation ceremony.
I did think this weekend when I was writing that, wow, I'd be really good at writing graduation ceremonies.
Oh dear.
Alright, we'll leave it there then, chaps. Thanks for that, I enjoyed that.
That's good.
That was good.
Very good.
Lovely stuff.
Very good.
Right, catch you later.
Bye.
See you later.
Right.
Bye.